Gord Downie with his new single, Secret Path, just one of the elements of an ambitious project the frontman for the Tragically Hip has taken on to bring attention to the mistreatment of Indigenous children and families by the residential school system. Jelena Adzik is here with the details on this. We knew this release was coming up, but remind us how it all got started.
Yeah, this was really ignited by the era of the residential school system here in Canada, and there are countless horrific stories that happened and that came out of that era. Gord Downie was really, he was sparked, he was really inspired by one particular story. Chanie Wenjack, a 12-year-old boy who died in flight from the Cecilia Jeffrey Indian Residential School. This was near Kenora, Ontario, 50 years ago. And, you know, he was walking home to his family. He didn't know where he was going. He just started walking. He didn't know that his family was more than 400 miles away. He never made it, more than 12 of those. And so it is just it's a harrowing tale, and there are so many like it. Gord Downie wanted to talk with the Wenjack family. You'll see him here with the Wenjack sisters about this just tragic event and how he, at the age of 52, feels like, how did he not know about this? How were we all not taught about this in school? He feels like the Canada we know is not the real Canada. And I'd like you to have a listen right now to some more of Gord Downie's words that he talked about, the words that he said at this Kingston concert. It's the one that wrapped up his tour, where he got on stage and said, you know, we're broken. There's something went horribly wrong, and we need to fix this together. Have a listen to Gord Downie.
In the middle of the show, I had made no plans, no, you know. And all of a sudden, it's like, wait a second, there's 20 million people watching. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah.
And what I want to say is this. Just, there's something wrong with this country. There's something really wrong. Something's not right. Down south, none of us, I'm 52, heard a darn thing about what was happening up here at all.
Yeah, there really is so much sadness. Now, there is some hope that he's trying to bring to all of this, especially in the fact that he wrote 10 poems. Those 10 poems were then translated into 10 songs, and then that was translated into an illustrated book. And this is all available today, and then the illustrated book was made into an animated movie that's going to be shown on CBC on Sunday. So there really is a lot of effort and a lot of work trying to get something positive out of something so horrific. And that positivity is really just getting the rest of Canada to understand what really went on.
In his conversation with Peter Mansbridge not long ago, he really spoke to the fact that this moved him so deeply that he wants it to be his legacy project. What more should we expect to see on this as the rest of this week rolls out then? Yeah,
so obviously all of Canada has been following Gord Downie, his own personal struggles that he's having right now with cancer, but he has decided to really just put that aside and focus on the stories that he wants to tell. So he's got a concert tonight, and that will be attended by Prime Minister Trudeau. He'll be there along with the Wenjack family and other Indigenous leaders. And then they've got another concert coming up on Friday. And you can see here, this is the animation that I was talking about called Secret Path. This is based on the illustrations by Jeff Lemire. And it's worth noting that one of the executive producers on board is Sarah Polley. So there's really got a lot of, Canadian superstars behind this trying to get the message out. And when you look at the messages, they do turn quite dark and sad. But again, the hope is that we all pay attention to those dark and sad stories and get some change to happen.
Jelena, thanks for this.
We'll see you soon.